What is going on, guys? So it is day one with the head, and we are going to throw some layout fluid on here, get the exhaust manifold gasket, and do a light port on all of these ports here. Just kind of gasket match it and kind of even everything out throughout the ports, so we can have a nice even flowing head out of the exhaust side. Probably tomorrow we'll go ahead and touch up these intake ports here, but we're not going to do very much with those, and we should be good. I have the gasket laying down, and all of that blue that you see would be removed. That is what we went ahead and removed on this head over here. So as you guys can see, those ports are freaking huge. The only problem I have with that, because it looks super sick, but the problem that I have with doing that is I don't want to get too close to like the coolant jacket or anything. With how hot the motor gets with the turbo and all of that, being pushed to a higher limit than it normally would be, I really don't want to sacrifice the port strength on this, so I kind of want to just leave it. As you guys can see, it's just kind of uneven how the ports are laid out, so the bottom section is kind of shifted over towards the left and the top section is kind of to the right. I want to get just a straight edge and kind of just keep everything nice and uniform, and we will just make a nice, almost like an ice rink shaped port, and not really enlarge it too much, just kind of make it a little bit more free flowing and uniform throughout the port. So I'm going to figure out a way just to get everything kind of even, and we will go ahead and scribe that in, and then we'll start going at it with our carbide burr here, and then we'll finish it off with some sanding rolls. So the maximum port opening in some locations is about 25 millimeters. So I think I want to just push that all the way up, because you can see the ports are very like big in the middle and then tapers down towards the top, tapers down towards the bottom, but in different ways. As you can see on this one, it is extremely shifted over, like the top is to the right, bottom is to the left, but we're looking to go 25 width and whatever height and make it just a nice even port. I do want to do it huge, just like I did that other head over there, but I don't know. The less we change with the head, the more reliable the car will be, and I am not going to get this thing tuned right away, so we will be just rolling with how it's running with the new cam, a slight port modification, and the different turbo and all of that stuff. So things are already going to be pretty crazy with it, and it's probably not going to run the best, but we're going to keep it as OEM as possible, and not go crazy with these ports. So yeah. Alright guys, so we got our windows all scribed out. As you guys can see, everything looks pretty nice. We are not going all the way out to the corner like this. We're actually going to try and round it about right here, because that is where the edge of the normal gasket would be. We're just going to keep these things more hockey rink shaped than anything, so it's going to be a nice square port with a nice rounded edge in each corner, so should look pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This always takes forever, so yeah, we'll just catch up with you guys when I'm done. Alright guys, so I've been at it for about an hour, hour and a half probably, and we have two of the ports basically done. Like I said, I am not going to the full size of the exhaust manifold gasket here. As much as I want to, I just don't want to risk the strength of each port. So we are making it a little bit bigger, mostly just to even everything out. Other than that, we're just going to leave it alone. So these ones are untouched, and these ones are opened up a little bit and evened out, so they are mostly like an ice rink shape. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there for the night, because this stuff is like super tiring and tedious, and it's very mentally draining. So I'm gonna go take a break. We'll get back to it tomorrow. We'll finish up the exhausts, and then the next day we will move on to the intake side, which I should be able to knock all 4 out in one day, because we are not doing very much with the intake at all. These ports on the intake are actually pretty close to the gasket size, so we don't have to tweak very much with that. There were just some little overhangs where like the fuel injector sprays and all of that stuff, where we need to clean up with those. So yeah. Alright guys, so day 2 of porting this head, and we are going to get started on these next 2 ports here. Alright guys, so the rough port on the exhaust side is all done. Now I have to get some cartridge rolls and start cleaning up and kind of polishing the intake of each port, and we should be good on this side. Tomorrow we will go ahead and get the intake side all done. And like I said the other day, there's not much that needs to be removed. The intake manifold gasket is actually pretty spot on with the size of the ports that come on the head, so not much that we have to do with that. We're just going to clean up a few areas, kind of get rid of some of the rough stuff, and we should be good. And yeah, we will get all of that stuff all done with the ports, and then we can start disassembling the head and replacing it with our performance parts. So I think that's going to be the end of the video, and I will see you guys on the next one, hopefully tomorrow. We'll try and do like a week of just straight uploads with this thing, and we'll see how much progress we can make and if we can get it into the car pretty soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.